famine, war. The world is a scary place. There's danger around every turn. You could get robbed. You could get stabbed. Popeye's Louisiana Kitchen could remove their $5 box combo from the menu and then act like they never sold it. That actually happened. It may seem like there's no sanctuary, no place for you to take refuge from this unstoppable force known as life. But what if I told you that this sanctuary exists? This immovable object to combat the daily powers of nature. This place is a store known as Half Price Books. For anyone who doesn't know about good old HPB, it's a used bookstore and media center that has 127 locations in the US, spanning across 17 different states. Their motto is, "We buy and sell anything printed or recorded except for yesterday's newspaper." And I must say, it's pretty accurate. Pretty much anything you could ever want that has had a physical release is available in Half Price store. You want to see Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon fight Darth Maul on Blu-ray? Half price. You need to learn the story of Melkor and the creation of Middle-earth? Half price. You want to listen to the new Kidz Bop album on vinyl? Half price. I've only not found exactly what I'm looking for a handful of times, and if they don't have it, they can mail it in from another store. Except for a fucking Blu-ray of Falling Down, you elusive son of a bitch! You might be wondering why I want to talk about this store. Well, Half Price Books has provided an outlet for me to check out of real life time and time again. I have the chance to relax and just browse through all types of old media that I know is real and legit. Every item at the store is used, but they verify the condition and validity of each item before putting it up on the shelf. You know you aren't getting scammed, and what you're purchasing is the real deal. As dramatic as I was in the beginning of my rant, there really is a different feeling you get whenever you walk into one of these stores. The employees there are obviously very passionate about physical media. A sense of trust floats throughout the aisles of old-smelling parchment, as well as along the cases housing the discs for our favorite films. I try and make it to these stores at least a couple times a month, and I spend hours there every time. There is somehow new media circulating the store upon each visit, despite me living out in bumfuck Kentucky where all anyone cares about is God, guns, and girls. On top of being just a relaxing experience for me personally, the company has a very heartwarming philanthropy and promises to promote literacy and be kind to the environment. The promotion of recycling, conservation, and obviously reuse are key components in the mantra of Half Price. They donate directly to charity and give discounts to teachers, librarians, and other public servants. There is literally no reason not to shop at this store. A multimedia service that promotes environmental cleanliness and education. Put me down for 10 of those, Gordon. Websites like Amazon can get you almost whatever you want in record time, and for the majority of the population, that's all that's necessary. But think about what you're missing out on. When you enter a physical built store, you're missing out on an experience that the store has tailored for you. As previously mentioned, the feeling of walking into a familiar store like Half Price is unparalleled compared to sitting and clicking in front of a computer screen. Also, the importance of physical media is very relevant. The age of streaming and downloadable content, professionally known as DLC, has ushered in a mentality of easiness and accessibility, but at what cost? If you really think about it, you aren't really in control of your collection. Streaming services have the ability to add movies quickly, but they also have the ability to remove as well. What if that went even further? This is where I start to sound like a conspiracist, but imagine if the sources people downloaded movies from suddenly decided to remove access, they lose rights to said movies, or even go out of business, and everybody's digital library gets deleted. Yeah, sure, everyone would probably get a refund, but it would be incredibly easy for massive corporations and media hosts to remove access to beloved works without providing any sort of compensation. Will that ever happen? It definitely has before, and could again. This copy of the 1982 horror classic The Thing by John Carpenter is mine. I own it, and nothing can take it away from me, at least not easily. It's also not available on any subscription streaming services. Along with this, I have a badass collection of cases that I can display on my shelf, instead of having them not biodegrade sitting in a landfill. It's even proven that the disc release of a film is the most consistent and generally best version of the work. I guess the point I'm trying to make with this is that you can get this pure version of media at this illustrious store, Half Price. Another point I want to make is that while I've been talking about a specific store this whole time, everything I've been saying is applicable to any used media shop that you might have around you. There are tons of stores in almost every city where you can get things like this, and they are most likely independent, which is an even bigger plus. I know some people watching this might think it's just a bunch of horse shit, but collecting and owning media is something that claims my heart and will for all eternity. I can only encourage everybody else to try this out for yourself, if you're a fan of movies, books, comics, cards, or even games. I understand this rant might have been out of place and disjointed, but I just want everyone to experience the same amount of joy that I have when purchasing things like this and experiencing these stores. So if you have a used media shop near you, I would highly recommend checking it out because I feel like it's going to make your day.